After each town council meeting, the staff sits down and records a quick recap, highlighting the public meeting. The complete meeting can be found on the Town of Avon, Indiana's YouTube page, but this podcast is designed to give you a simple overview to help keep you informed about what is happening. The Avon, Indiana Town Council meets twice a month at Avon Town Hall. A full schedule of their public meetings can be found online at avonindiana.gov.
What's up, Town of Avon? This is Angel Gina, Marcom Manager here at Town Hall, and today I'm with
Ryan Cannon, Town Manager.
and we're going to be talking about the Town Council meeting that happened last night, December 5th. Ryan?
Yeah, it was a super busy meeting, Angel. We missed you. I'm sorry you weren't there to
I wouldn't.
enjoy it, but
I'm sad about it.
I know. Well, we missed you.
Thank
The
you.
first thing on the agenda was awesome. We did a Black and Gold Day proclamation recognizing the town of Avon's Avon Marching Black and Gold Band for their incredible accomplishments. It was a long proclamation, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but really just acknowledging the great pride and how proud we were of our band representing the town of Avon in the Macy's Parade and all the other accomplishments they've had over the last 30 to 60 days. So we had students here, and the director, Matt Harloff, was there as well. So we were able to present that proclamation to them. And so that was really cool. Check it out if you guys go to the YouTube page and watch the meeting and see how that went. That's awesome. We'll also be presenting that proclamation at the school board meeting on Monday. So if you missed it last night and you want
got
to see it in
another
person,
chance.
you have another chance to come see us at the school board meeting on the 9th if you're interested in doing that. So that was really cool. It was fun. Angel will probably put some photos out there on social media. We did take some photos and
Yes.
stuff. So look for that. More on that coming out soon. Other than that, consent agenda, the town council did approve the consent agenda. We had a very busy agenda, but the council was uber efficient last night. And so the first thing under new business was we had the Civic Center GMP and schedule. And so for those of you who follow our podcast, you know that the town is building a new Civic Center at East and Gray, which East and Gray will be located just west of the town hall. Actually where 571 is across from the Washington Township Park. And the Civic Center will kind of be at the center of that new town center area that's being developed. And so the town has been working with an architect, and we've been working with what's called the CMC, which is a construction manager as constructor, to assist us in actually getting that project out to bid. The way it works is the CMC is actually responsible for the construction of the project. They did go through a selection process to select them. But then the CMC actually bids the project, and they give what's called a gross maximum price, a GMP. That GMP is they agree to build the building for a not to exceed amount. And so that number was presented to the town council last night. The number to build the building was $28,481,173. That's a lot of money.
That's
but
a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. That's about what Angel makes every week on her paycheck.
Oh,
but-
I wish. I wish.
So that is a lot of money, but again, this is the foundation of kind of a community area that we're building. This will actually be the largest building project that the town has ever taken on. So it's big for our community, but we also think the benefits that it's going to provide and the sense of community that it will create will be long lasting, long beyond the cost of what we're doing. This is also, the Civic Center is not just going to be a place where town staff works. It's going to have an event center. Then there'll be a new town council chamber. The school corporation is bringing their administrative staff. So the school corporation needs a new admin center. So instead of building one, they are joining us, and the school corporation is paying for a portion of the building that they're actually using. And so the cost of this project is actually really efficient in terms of use of taxpayer dollars to provide benefit to all the other taxing entities. We're also hoping to have the Chamber of Commerce in the building with us, and the Washington Township trustee and some of his leadership staff as well. So again, I think it's a great project. And this is really exciting to actually get this approved. So you may ask, how does that fit within the budget? And it was actually, it came in slightly under what we expected. So I think it came in about $400,000 under budget. So Garmong, who is the CMC on the project, did a great job of getting good bids. And so that's fantastic. The town council did approve the GMP. And so the other thing that they also approved is the schedule. And so tentatively, not tentatively, the date that they are supposed to deliver the building is August 20th, 2026. So sorry, Angel, I know it's not next year. It's 2026, but
I'll be 26.
you'll oh my gosh. I wish I knew that last night. I would have shared it at the council meeting.
No.
So Angel will be 26.
No, not
in
on
2026.
that. I'll be 26
when
on
we move into the new
2026.
building.
Yes. Yes.
And wait till you hear the podcast in the new building because we have
Ooh,
a
I'm
special
excited for
recording
that.
space for it. So it's going to be a great facility. So everyone's excited about it. We're excited to get in it. It does have a couple more steps. So several entities are paying for this project. So the next step is it actually goes to the school board on December 9th, and the school board's going to have to approve the GMP and schedule as well. And then the town is doing a bond to help pay for those improvements, and that bond will actually flow through our redevelopment commission. And so it will go to them on December 16th for approval. So those are kind of the last two steps. And then the next news on that would probably be around March 1st. We expect to do a groundbreaking so that we can start construction on the building itself. So really excited. We're getting close to actually seeing some construction on that. So that's exciting news. The next item of new business was awarding a quote for a police drone program. The police received a grant from FEMA to purchase some drones. So the police department got approval from the town council last night to purchase those drones. They will be reimbursed for the cost of that, of the cost to purchase those drones. So great job to our police department for finding ways to provide better resources to their staff at a very low cost to our taxpayers. So great job, Avon Police Department. Then the last item of new business was a proposal to update the town's recreation impact fee. So for those of you who don't know, a recreation impact fee is a way to have new development pay for future parks. So the concept is that the people who live here now have paid for the existing parks. And we don't want, when new people move to our community, to reduce the level of service that we get in terms of parks. So as more people move to Avon, there becomes a greater demand for more parkland. So the concept is when you come and build a house and pull a building permit, you actually pay a recreation impact fee, and that goes to the future development of new parks, not existing parks, new parks. So I know you guys have heard me talk about that we're getting ready to start construction on 2 new parks, and a lot of those parks were purchased in the past with impact fees. And so that's how some of that development's going to occur, and certainly improvements in our new parks will be paid for out of impact fees as well. But we have to update those on occasion. You have to do it by statute every 5 years. We are doing it earlier as a result of our merger with the Avon Junior Athletic Association and our recent acquisition of park property at the corner of 625 and US 36. That new parkland was not accounted for in the recreation impact fee, so we are going to revisit and make some adjustments based on kind of all the things we've done in the community over the last 3 to 4 years. So the town council did approve the agreement with the V3 to do that study, and it's $38,750. And we actually used a recreation impact fee that are collected to actually pay for the study. So no cost to taxpayers to do that. And that's actually a great program that the state allows us to continue to enhance and grow our parks. And as you all know, we talk about quality of life in Avon all the time, and certainly great parks is important to establishing that quality of life. So that was all the new business. Don't get excited. There's a ton more to go because we have a bunch of resolutions
Grab
and
some
ordinances
popcorn.
too. Yeah, grab a little popcorn. I'll try to go fast, but some of these things are important, so I do want to share the information. The first one is resolution authorizing the transfer to the rainy day fund. So state law allows the town to create what's called a rainy day fund, which is basically an emergency fund for the town. And so in order to be good fiscal stewards, uh, we have to underspend our budget. And if we underspend our budget, the state allows us to transfer some of that budget to the rainy day fund, which we can then use if there was an emergency, if the town was ever hit by a tornado, or if there was flooding, um, anything like that, that we need emergency funding for, that the town is in a good financial situation to be able to pay for those. So at the end of a year, if there's money available, we do what's called a transfer to the rainy day fund. And so the town's financial advisor has advised us that we should increase as the town grows and gets bigger, that we should grow our rainy day fund. So the town council has put in place an initiative, again, to be fiscally sound, to transfer some money to the rainy day fund. So the resolution said that we would transfer between $150,000 and $250,000 of underspent budget in 2024 into the rainy day fund. So that resolution was approved. The next resolution was a fiscal plan for the Aviana annexation. Aviana company owns what's called Avon Commons, which is the shopping center where Target is located. And they had done a property swap with the county. So there's a little teeny, like 0.17 acre parcel along Ronald Reagan that wasn't annexed. And you'll see some construction over there soon. They're doing an expansion to that building on the east side of basically the Target Center. And so in order to do that, we asked for them to annex that property into Avon. So the fiscal plan is how the town plans to provide services to that area. And so the town council did approve the fiscal plan. The next one we've talked about before. This is a pretty common practice by the town. In order to get rid of any property that's owned by the town, in particular police vehicles, the town council has to declare those vehicles surplus. And so the police department had a vehicle that they would like to sell at auction. And so the town council did pass that resolution declaring that police vehicle surplus. And so the police department will be selling it at auction now. The last one's a little bit of an unusual situation. This is accepting real estate from the Hendricks County Commissioners. The commissioners, if a parcel is not paying its taxes, the commissioners will get what's called a tax sale certificate. If they're unable to sell the property, they can give that tax sale certificate to a town, and the town can acquire it. And so this, you'd probably say to yourself, well, why does this happen? It's not very common. Sometimes it's little remnants of parcels that people may not own, or they may not know they own, or maybe they own it, but they don't want to pay the taxes on it. And so they would just as well not pay taxes and let the property go to somebody else. So in this situation, this is like a little remnant parcel that's actually at the intersection of 100 North and Avon Avenue. And it's actually property that the town would one day need for right of way if we wanted to do improvements at that intersection. And so this one, we think someone probably doesn't even know they own it. They think they probably sold it to the state of Indiana, or maybe it didn't get recorded, or something like that may have happened. But the town council has said they would like that property to become right of way for the town. So we are going through that process. The commissioners have given the tax sale certificate to us, and so the town council had to accept it and start the process of taking ownership of that property. So the town council did approve that 5-0. So that's all the resolutions we had. Then we have quite a few ordinances as well. The first one, again, I feel like I've talked about for like the last 2 months, which is the Meyer rezoning at the intersection of County Road 200 North and County Road 900 East. They are requesting a change in zoning on 28 acres from residential in agriculture to C2 for a grocery store and general commercial development. Our Plan Commission did forward a favorable recommendation by a vote of 6-0 for that. And so now it goes to the town council, who has the final decision on that project. There was some discussion about the project, but it was approved 5-0. And so that is just for the zoning. So when they actually want to bring the store forward or any of the commercial development, there will be additional development steps. They'll have to do a plat, and they'll have to actually create lots, and then they have to do development plan reviews for any of the other commercial buildings. So we kind of expect that to happen over 2025, some of those steps. At this point, Meyer has said their only plan is to move forward with the Meyer store. So the other general commercial stuff we may not see for a period of time. So that's exciting. And again, I think I've talked about this in the past, but the town actually had encouraged in our comprehensive plan to have some commercial development in that area. We would like to draw some of the traffic off of US 36 into other areas, and so that there's not so much traffic, or that you don't have to drive to US 36 if you just want to grab a gallon of milk or something. And so this Meyer store is like a neighborhood Meyer. It's not a Meyer superstore. It's about 75,000 square feet, whereas a Meyer superstore is like 260,000 square feet. So this is a smaller Meyer concept than what people are used to. So again, I think it was approved 5-0, so I think that the town is excited to have this added to the community, and we think it'll be great for Avon residents. The next ordinance we had was also a rezoning. This one is called Laurel Heights rezoning, which again, if you listen to our podcast, you've maybe heard me talk about Bloom in the past. The Bloom property is the Laurel Heights rezoning. Lennar is requesting a rezoning on this property of 29.5 acres from agricultural district to an R3 mixed residential district to provide a 41 lot single family residential subdivision. The Plan Commission did give it a favorable recommendation by a vote of 6-0. And so Lennar did a presentation to the town council last night. Even though it's zoned R3, it actually, in terms of density, it's really an R1 development. So it, again, 40 lots on 29 acres is actually pretty low density. So the R3 request is really because of the lot size, not necessarily the number of lots. And so there's kind of two components in zoning. It's not just the number of lots, it's also the size of lots. And so sometimes you may have an R3 zoning, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have the density of an R3 zoning. So the town council did have a little bit of discussion on this, but they approved that development as well by a vote of 5-0. The next item was the 2025 salary ordinance. The salary ordinance establishes the maximum pay and benefits for town employees. The town council has to approve that, and they did approve it 5-0. The next ordinance was employee handbook amendments. Our town attorneys recommended that we add a privacy policy for employees, and then the police chief and I had asked for some discretion to award additional PTO when we're hiring employees in order to be competitive. The town, sometimes when people come here, we want to recognize their years of service maybe at another job. And so this is really a tool that allows the police chief and I the ability to make lateral hires and hire people who are qualified and bring them to the town of Avon versus starting them over at 0 years of vacation. And so again, probably not a very common situation, but it is a tool that helps us in hiring employees. So the next item is an additional appropriation ordinance. An additional appropriation, why that sounds super fancy, all it means is really adding money to the budget. And so in order to do that, we have to, when the town receives revenue through the years or through the year, we actually, we spend that money, but we have to then put it back into the budget. Otherwise it looks like it's a negative in the budget. So basically the police department, myself and the clerk treasurer, we kind of track all of those expenditures through the year. We track our revenue that we receive. And then at the end of the year, we kind of clean that up and we do an additional appropriation so that, again, it doesn't make it look like we overspent the budget. We just put that revenue back to where the expenditures occurred. So the town council did approve the additional appropriation ordinance 5-0. The next two I'll just take together because we've already talked about the Meyer annexation and the Bloom annexation, and we just talked about their rezonings. Both of those, the larger Meyer property is in the town of Avon already, but there was a small parcel on County Road 900 that is proposed as part of the Meyer development. It was not in Avon, so we had to annex that property in order for it to be part of town. The town council did adopt the Meyer rezoning by a vote of 5-0. The Bloom annexation is the same situation. Lennar was requesting that property be annexed into Avon, and so they did approve that as well, 5-0. The next three were really introductions, so you'll hear about these more at my next podcast when Angel and I do this. The town has to adopt a holiday schedule, and they have to do it by the end of the year, so the town employees and the public knows when the town hall will be closed as a result of holidays. The town employees have 13 paid holidays, and we generally follow the federal holiday guidelines. Again, that was just introduced. The next one is a reappropriation ordinance, which this I know sounds a little bit like additional appropriations, but this is something that our clerk treasurer and our auditor do at the end of the year. We have to make sure that our books are clean and that everything is balanced. And so in order to do that, sometimes we have to move money between account lines to cover expenses. So maybe an example would be you underspend in supplies, but you spent a little more in contractual services. And so you just have to move the money between those lines to make sure that you're not showing a negative. And we're required to do that by the Department of Local Government Finance. And so, again, this was just an introduction. The final adoption will be at the December 19th meeting. And then the last one was, again, I talked about it earlier, so I won't talk about it a lot, but we did a public hearing and introduction for the annexation ordinance for the Aviana annexation. So, again, this is the parcel by Target. And so in order to move forward with the annexation, we have to hold a public hearing. Nobody came forward at the public hearing and made any comments. And so this will be on the December 19th meeting as well for consideration of final adoption.
That's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's all.
I'm exhausted.
I figured you talked for, I'm looking at the time here, it's like at least 15 minutes straight.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, no wonder I'm so
right
tired.
now it's at 22 minutes. So I'm assuming, give it the intro and how we started. I'd say is around 20.
I'm sorry, everybody.
I think
that's a long
fine.
time.
It's fine. It's good information that people need to know.
I know. I hope it's helpful to people.
Well, you know what else?
That's why we do this.
You know what else is good information that they need to know?
What?
The Avon tree lighting is happening tomorrow, December 7th.
Let's go.
This Saturday, which is tomorrow when this podcast comes out. It's coming out today. So the event will be tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. Here at Avon Town Hall Park. It's there's free activities. There's a couple activities you have to pay for, such as the carriage ride. I do believe there are a couple slots still open. They were sold out for a few days, and then a couple people backed out. So I think don't quote me on that, but there should be slots open.
Not for long, people.
Not for long though.
Get out
could
there
be
and
sold
get 'em
out by the time I'm releasing this. And then
and the weather looks beautiful, by the way.
Which is exciting.
That is exciting because it's been super cold,
yes.
But it's not going to be bad for our
it's
tree
gonna be
lighting.
Exciting. Come see Santa. That's always a hit.
And you get to see the tree get lit.
Yes, the tree gets lit, and we got new lights and stuff around Town Hall, so it's really festive here. If you've ever driven by Town Hall at night, the lights have been on. The Christmas tree obviously hasn't been on, but all the other lights have been on, and it's beautiful.
The Parks Department has done a fabulous
job.
job.
Very good job, Parks.
It looks so good.
Parks, the maintenance crew, doing a great job.
They're doing an awesome job.
They're killing it. We're excited to see you guys come here tomorrow. Early in January, towards the end, there's an event that's always sold out.
Is it bingo?
Bingo.
Yes.
And if you guys haven't checked out the e-newsletter, there's a QR code in which you can go scan and you can sign up. I have not checked.
Hurry, people. It
but
sells out so
it
fast.
sells out so fast that they've been. I think they're planning on doing like a second day, but I'm not entirely sure.
I think they keep adding more because it's
Yeah.
it's like one of the most popular things the Parks Department does.
So if you want to go sign up, please go to avonindiana.gov/globebingo. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/globebingo. Or you can go to the events page at avonindiana.gov/events. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/events. While you're at it, go check out the new e-newsletter. Wow, I can't talk still. Every Friday, I swear.
It's Friday.
Yeah. So it's avonindiana.gov/e-news. Again, that's avonindiana.gov/e-news. There's a new e-newsletter every month, at least the first week of each month.
Because
I would say that.
Angel does a really good job, and not
It's
enough
good.
people go look at it. So we need to get
Please.
more people to go look
It's
at
good.
it and appreciate Angel's work.
It's
on
good
it.
information from from a majority of the departments.
Right.
Yes. Not all departments obviously will have something every month, but most of the time, if you want to know about road work, that is the place to go.
Yeah.
If not, go to avonindiana.gov/roadwork map. That's the most up-to-date information about any road closures or construction happening.
Yeah, don't get mad at us because we close roads and you say you don't know about it, because Angel puts out information in like 5 different places, things like the newsletter and our
Roadwork
notification
map.
system and our roadwork map. Like there's all kinds of ways for you to get information to know that. So don't get mad at us when a road closure pops up. If you're not, you got to participate and help us too and look for our information that we're putting out there. So,
and please be mindful that the northbound lane on Dan Jones Bridge is closed. So I have been looking at Town Chatter, and I've seen that a couple cars decided to go through it and almost
wrecked.
Went on head on into incoming traffic. So
oh yeah, nice.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
You will see it is open for trucks, I believe so.
It's open to CSX. That's the CSX entrance is there. So that's the only way in and out of the CSX rail yard. So we did have to leave that open. And again, I should qualify this. The town isn't the one who actually closed the bridge. It's actually
this is not our property.
project.
Yeah,
right.
and it's not our property. This is out of our jurisdiction. So we are here just passing along the information. It just seems like it's ours, but it is not.
That's right.
It is the county's.
Exactly.
Just a little educational moment here. But I have been reading all the comments on Town Chatter, and I'm like, okay, people are picking up that it's not ours. So thank you for all those who've been passing along the information. Yes.
You shouldn't be reading comments on Chatter, Angel.
It pops up on my feed, and I'm just like, okay, it's my personal Facebook, but yeah. Yeah. Ryan, you got anything else?
I'm good. I'm tired. I didn't realize I talked for 15 minutes straight.
I think I just talked for like 7 minutes.
It's okay.
Ryan, when's the next town council meeting?
Last council meeting of the year, December 19th at 7 p.m. So,
all right, don't forget to come out. If you have something on the agenda that you want to come speak about, or just want to witness, come on December 19th. Correct?
That's right.
All right, we'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to smile. Have a great weekend. Please stay warm. Enjoy the obviously. Oh my gosh, Ryan!
It's Friday, Angel.
It is Friday.
Enjoy the weekend.
Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you guys on the next one.